Hey y'all, this is India, and this is Slow Living, Homestead, and Cooking. And we're going to make some cinnamon sugar candy pecans. One of my most watched videos. Let me show you how I made it. Doesn't this look so good? Okay, let's get started with the cinnamon sugar pecans. Y'all, this is so good. You will definitely love this recipe. I made it one other time on my channel, so let's make it again. You're going to need a half sheet pan lined with parchment paper, and you want your oven set at 250 degrees. We're doing it low and slow. We're going to start with the sugar mixture. So we're going to put this to the side. Okay, you're going to get you a medium-sized bowl, small bowl even, whatever size bowl you would like. But to the bowl, we're going to add a half a cup of cane sugar. I'm using organic cane sugar. You're going to need some brown sugar. I'm using homemade brown sugar. I just took my organic cane sugar, add some molasses. Y'all, it's very easy. 1 tablespoon of molasses to 1 cup of granulated sugar. And in my case, I use granulated cane sugar. All right, so we're going to add a half a cup, and I am packing it, of brown sugar. We'll get all that goodness into this bowl. Now we're going to add a tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm using a heaping tablespoon, but you don't have to use a heaping tablespoon, but at least a tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm using some Himalayan pink salt, and we're going to need a half a teaspoon. I'm going to give us a whisk. Let's go over the ingredients. So for the sugar mixture, you need a half a cup of cane sugar, a half a cup of brown sugar packed, and a tablespoon of cinnamon. I did a heaping tablespoon, and a half a teaspoon of some Himalayan pink salt. That is it. We're going to give that a mix. Get everything nice and combined. Y'all see that? That is so beautiful, and it already smells amazing. That is as mixed as that's going to be. Okay, we got our sugar mixture. Now we're going to put this to the side, and we're going to do the wet mixture. Real simple. In a large bowl, we're going to add 1 egg white. I'm going to crack mine into a little glass container because it has a lid on it, because the egg yolk I'm going to give to my fur babies in the morning with their food. So we need just the egg white, and you want your egg to be room temperature. Excuse me, y'all. We don't want the shell, just the egg white. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I'm going to save this egg yolk here. To our egg white, we're going to add some vanilla. I am using homemade vanilla, and I'm using my vanilla that I made with some spiced rum. Use any vanilla that you want, and we want 2 teaspoons. we want 2 teaspoons of room temp water. I'm using bottled water here. And that is the wet mixture. Now, using the same whisk, we're going to froth this. We're going to whisk this until it is frothy. Okay, you see how it's nice and frothy? This is what you want. Now, to this, we're going to add our pecans. Now, to make it easier on yourself, go to Aldi's, buy this 10-ounce bag of pecan halves. There's 2.5 cups in it. You want 2 bags, okay? That's going to be 20 ounces and 5 cups of pecan halves. We're going to add both bags to our wet mixture here. We're going to dump that right in. Crumbs and all. That's 1 bag. Okay, and that's our second bag. We're going to take a silicone spatula here, and you're going to mix those pecans into this wet mixture, and you want to coat all pecans. Once all the pecans are coated, we're going to get to the dry mixture. We're going to add that dry mixture right in. See, you won't have any nothing at the bottom. All that mixture, wet mixture, all that froth is now on your pecans. That's what you want. Make sure it's fully mixed. When you're content with that, we're going to add our dry mixture right in. Make sure you empty that bowl right out, and make sure all that goodness is in with the pecan. Now we're going to give that a good mix. Scraping the sides, scraping the bottom, fully coating all these pecans. This was one of the most watched videos I've had, and I haven't been doing YouTube long. The video wasn't the best, but the product was. Okay. Once all your pecans are fully coated, make sure you give it a really good mix. It smells so good, y'all, and I know you be tempted to eat this, but don't eat it yet. Okay, now I'm just checking the bottom. Okay, now that your pecans are thoroughly mixed, you're gonna need that sheet pan. Okay, get your sheet pan. Move everything else to the side. Now, we're going to pour all of this goodness right onto this sheet pan, leaving nothing behind. Put that to the side. Spread the pecans out as evenly as possible. Onto your sheet pan. It will not be thoroughly even, but y'all, you get the point. This is as good as it's gonna get right here, or as evenly as I'm going to get it. All right, so into our oven at 250. Now we're going to cook this for about an hour, or we're going to bake this for about an hour, low and slow. And every 15 minutes, we're going to take it out. We're going to thoroughly stir it up and rotate the pan each time. So you're going to do this 3 times. Okay, so into the oven. Okay, alarm went off. It's been 15 minutes. Okay, we're going to give it a good mix. So we're flipping it for the first time. And we spreading it back out evenly. Okay, we're going to rotate the pan. Back into the oven for 15 minutes. Okay, this is going to be the second time we flipped it. And each time you flip it, you're going to feel that it's starting to harden some. And y'all, that's what you want. So give it another good mix. Spread it out. Rotate the pan. Back into the oven for another 15 minutes. Okay, this is our third and final time that we are going to give this a good stir and rotate the pecans. Okay, so you know the drill. Give it a good stir. Spread it out. Rotate the pan, final time. And then we're going to put it back into the oven for the remaining minutes that it has left. Okay, our pecans have about 3 minutes left. I'm going to use these deli containers. You're going to need 2. These are 32-ounce containers. Have them ready to go. Yeah, it's been an hour. Look how beautiful. Now all we're going to do, let it rest, let it cool, let it continue to harden. Once it's nice and cool, then it's time to enjoy it. But you know I can't wait. So I will take a piece. Because, why not? So good. It's okay to sneak a piece. But you do want this to cool down and continue to harden. But it is great. So while this is cooling, y'all, okay, so while that's cooling, I'm going to have me one of these frozen cocktails. I get these from Aldi's. These are so good. Try it. I get all the flavors. But tonight we're going to have this pina colada. Okay. Let this cool. Have yourself a drink.